It was an odd combination of Soviet operational art, French postmodern philosophy, social sciences, psychology, urban planning, and even ancient Chinese military thinking. SOD had all of the pretentiousness of military officer planning and none of the practical battlefield benefits that you'd want in return. Here, let me explain. Systemic operational design doctrine has been described as, quote, "It's an application of systems theory to operational art. It's an attempt to rationalize complexity through systemic logic. SOD is a holistic approach that translates strategic direction and policy into operational level designs." What the hell does that even mean? It sounded like a second lieutenant who never fired a shot in anger came up with that. To boil it all down, the new doctrine proposed that a war could be won thanks almost entirely to artillery, air power, technology, and intelligence, with very limited ground maneuvers. Halutz was a career Air Force guy. He wanted to bomb Hezbollah into submission, and that's exactly how he attempted to prosecute the war in its early days. He decided to not use their pre-existing contingency plan called May Ramam. The original plan called for an immediate massive call-up of reserve forces and then a division-sized ground assault. Reports indicate Commander Halutz convinced the Prime Minister and the Minister of Defense of his standalone air campaign strategy, even though there was skepticism of the plan. Within hours, the Israeli Air Force, the IAF, and a small Special Forces ground raid began hitting Hezbollah targets across the border. But Hezbollah had already planned for this exact response and dispersed their rocket teams across the open countryside. This move avoided taking heavy losses. Israel would fly 15,000 air sorties and hit 7,000 targets throughout the war, but the missions did little to stop the pace of incoming rocket attacks. Hezbollah had created decoy command posts and fake launch sites, while their real ones were hidden or dug deep 40 meters into the rocky, hilly terrain. There are conflicting reports of how effective the initial bombing campaign actually was.